I'm Sustainable Sarah, and thank you to Postwink and Recycle First for sponsoring this video. Today we're going to be looking at ways that you and I can recycle better. We're here at Postwink, let's go take a look. So we're here today at Postwink Recycling Solutions, and we're here with Berenice Westmore, who's the founder of this establishment. So tell me a little bit more about Postwink. What do you do?
Essentially what Postwink does is we help mostly companies to set up recycling initiatives and provide quite a wide range of recycling bins, help them with posters, the branding, the training of their staff, and help them in terms of waste separation so they can get going. We also have quite a big number of schools who actually come and order recycling bins from us, because obviously the educational aspect there is huge, and it's so crucial for kind of the next generation to know how to separate their waste and why they should be doing it.
So talking about waste separation, which you've mentioned, how does that define the success of recycling?
So waste separation at source is actually crucial. A lot of companies lose out on huge amounts of recycling that actually does get recycled. Because if you do not actually separate at source, your recycling becomes contaminated. Or if you're busy composting, your food waste becomes contaminated.
Why do you think recycling is important in South Africa?
Recycling saves natural resources, and also by recycling you actually save energy, because it takes less energy to recycle something made out of an existing material rather than mining it from the ground or cutting trees, for example. But from a South African context where there's this huge amount of urban migration, that puts a lot of pressure on our cities, on our municipalities and the landfills that they provide. Also, recycling is a very good job creation industry, and because everything is sorted manually, it actually is a great opportunity for unskilled labor to actually be able to separate your plastics from your glass, from your tin cans, etc.
We use a 3-bin system at home and at work, actually. Do you think that system can work for homes as well?
I think it's actually the perfect system to work for home, because then you've actually got your mixed recycling bag, you've then got your food waste for composting, whether via bokashi or using the worms or a compost heap, and then the third option should be a really small bag for your contaminated waste, which would be, your dirty containers, dirty cling wrap, your nappies, things like that.
So for homes that really want to get started on recycling but the municipality doesn't collect, what would you say is a good solution?
There's quite a lot of smaller recycling collectors in most of the cities around South Africa. Actually, even on our own website, we've actually got a whole list of smaller recycling collectors, and they will come to your home once a week for a really minimal amount, actually, and they'll come and collect, all of your recyclables. So the solutions are actually available.
If you're interested in a recycling solution or to find a recycling collector near you, be sure to wait till the end of the video to get the links. In the meantime, we're going to head to Recycle First to see what it's like at a small recycling collector in South Africa. We're here at Recycle First with Anthea Fransman, who's the owner of this recycling collection company. So your tagline, waste not, want not. Tell me a little bit more about that and what Recycle First does.
It means if you don't waste what we have, we won't lack thereof in the future. So Recycle First has been running for about 9 years now. We'll be turning 10 next year. And we've been collecting from residents mainly, and then businesses and complexes in and around Cape Town. And we collect everything: paper, plastic, glass, metal, electronic waste.
What are some of the challenges that you face as a recycling collector in South Africa?
Our figures show that we, through this facility, sorted 605,000 kilograms of material. And of that, 14% still ended up in the landfill. So our biggest challenge is that there's still a huge amount of non-recyclables that are in the industry. So in the current campaign that we're running on social media, we're trying to help people make better decisions so that they have a better idea of what is actually recyclable and what is not, so that we can possibly have less waste going to landfill. We're hoping that that decision to purchase a different product because it is recyclable will help the manufacturer make a better decision in changing the packaging completely. This area in one of our units is actually our Recycle First Academy. It's where we train ladies on how to sort before we move them into the main sorting area.
When it comes to recycling polystyrene, I've heard that it's very important in terms of making sure that it's clean. Is that something that's just for polystyrene or for all recyclables?
In terms of the manufacturing process or the recycling process, it is indeed helpful, especially when it comes to dairy products, yogurt. The buyers don't want to actually take material that's too contaminated because it's harder to clean later on in the process. So if it is clean, it's extremely helpful in the long run.
So I want you to look at the camera and tell the consumers what's the one thing you want them to know when it comes to recycling better.
So I think you have to remember all the R's, and the R's are refuse. So where you can, refuse packaging, refuse buying things single serving, reduce your waste. So try and be more minimalistic about the things you buy, even when it comes to your clothes. And then reuse your 2 liter ice cream container versus just throwing it away after the first use. And then recycle. So I think if you're looking at what I can ask you to do at home, try and follow those principles.